can you guys please introduce yourselves and your diverse background?
Okay, so I'm Gail. I come from France. I'm here for an exchange program to get my bachelor's degree in BU. And I'm living in France. And before lived in foreign countries, just like Vietnam during 3 years and Gabon during 5 years. This is my diversity background.
Okay, how about you?
My name is Amara, and I'm half Indian and half Pakistani, and but I was born and raised in Chicago. And that's the extent of my diversity.
I'm Camille, and I'm Filipino. I was born in the Philippines, but I was raised here in the U.S.
I'm Jing. I was born and raised in China, and then I moved to Singapore 3 years ago, and now I'm in America.
Okay. How is it being a bicultural person living in America?
Okay, I can start. Well, I think I'm French, and I think people are interested in my culture. I know that when I'm speaking French, people try to get what I'm saying, and they ask me if I can teach them some words. So I think, in my opinion, for me, it's quite well. Everything is fine, and I'm just well and fine in the U.S.
I think it's really interesting because then I grew up with the Asian values and morals and traditions, and then I have the American values and traditions, and when you put them together, you try to find a middle ground and stuff. I think it's really neat to have the good things of two different cultures mixing into one and stuff. So I think it's interesting.
Okay. To add on to hers, I think it's actually kind of hard because you are raised in a culture where it's okay to do some things, but that when I go home, it's oh, I gotta watch what I'm saying, oh, I gotta watch what I wear, and because it's not acceptable for your family per se. But other than that, I could also use the fact that I'm Filipino and go into a Filipino store and actually, be able to get some, more feedback, I guess. I have more diverse things to do with myself.
For me, I haven't felt a negative part of being culturally different yet. I think because I haven't stayed here long enough. But I think, for me, it's actually a cool thing. Like Gail said, that people are interested in my culture, and so they're all really, really friendly to me.
Okay, the second question is, when expressing aspects of a culture that is against the norms, how do you think that you are perceived by others?
Okay, well, I don't think that there is so many difference between American and French culture. Of course, there is some different habits and way of thinking, but I think there is less differences between the American and the French culture with the French and Asian culture. We come from this Catholic, religion, and I think French has also this, Catholic religion. So there is some similarities. So I don't think there is something to have.
I think it's a hit and a miss sometimes because the Asian culture and the American culture is kind of really different. So if you walk into the mall sometimes and you're wearing your traditional clothing and stuff, people will look openly and be what is that and stuff. And sometimes they're curious and they're really interested and they're ooh, that's pretty. And then some people, they react really negatively, but that's not all the time. Most of the time they're surprised and they're ooh, what is that? And they're curious.
I know that speaking another language in front of the norm or in front of English people, in the back of their head, you're thinking are they talking about me? What are they saying? So then I kind of do feel kind of like weird, like I'm telling my mom, yeah, this and that, because like I don't want the people to think I'm talking about them. You
It's
know?
true that, with the French guys here in the U.S., we're trying to speak in English when we're with American people, because we know that sometimes when you don't understand what people are saying, you feel weird. So,
I mean, like even with Jenny, like we're really good friends and everything, but like, yeah, when she speaks Chinese to Dora, I'm like, are they talking about me? Yeah, it's insecure, but like, you know, I mean, especially, like we're friends though, and I feel that way, but if it's a person that they don't know you, then I'm sure they're going to be more kind of like insecure.
Well, I don't really pay enough attention to other people. I don't know, but I think, but I never felt that, like it will affect me too much. Yeah.
Okay. The last question is, do you guys think that diversity is accepted in America as a whole or not?
I think there are some progress efforts, because with the election of Obama, it's a huge advancement, because people are more aware and accept more diversity. But I don't think that it's common everywhere in the U.S.
Yeah, I agree with Gail. Some parts there's more tolerance than others, and like, you know, I'd be afraid to go somewhere in this country and be like, you know, by myself or something, because I don't know how people would react and stuff. But then some parts I'm like, oh, okay, I'm fine. But overall, I don't think overall America is very tolerant at all, because it's like too many gaps in between, and there's like a bunch of people that really aren't very ignorant to other cultures, so they kind of react like defensively and aggressively a lot of the time.
But if I can add something, I think that in fact we can find this in every country.
Yeah.
I think in every country you will find people that are tolerant and others that don't care about other people and other cultures.
I think maybe they're tolerant by some races. That, like she said, Obama becoming president, so, but like, say they're not used to seeing, I don't know, like, people from Africa, or even if they say like, you know, people think in Africa they're, you know, darker, but then they might not know, like, South Africans are white, you know, so then that's surprising to them. So I think there's still a lot more things that people need to learn about their cultures.
Yeah.
Well, I think relatively, America, compared to other countries, I think America is pretty open about it. Because after all, it's composed by, like, immigrants. So I think it's pretty open about different cultures.
Also, I just thought about something.